Do you have a HEX stake? If you have a HEX stake, you could be leaving free money on the table without even knowing it. I'm serious. You could literally be leaving free money on the table if you're not even checking these two things, which I'm about to show you in this video. So pay attention, because these are two of the easiest things you can possibly do. These are just two little buttons that a lot of people forget to click every time their stake comes due, or even every time they start a stake. And if you're not already staking HEX, well, you're not really doing it the right way. No offense, but not only are you missing out on the massive gains that come from long-term holding, but you're also missing out on these two additional free tokens. If you like free extra money for doing almost no work at all, you're going to want to at least consider what I'm about to show you right now, okay? Now, a lot of you guys might be new to HEX. You might have realized that the crazy price run-up lately from 3 cents to 10 cents is building a lot of hype in the ecosystem, and people are excited. Pulse Chain Testnet V3 is right around the corner, and after that, the actual Pulse Chain mainnet could come out at any time. But I know a lot of you guys are new here because of all that hype, and you might not be familiar with the real staking mechanism of what HEX was intended to do. You see, people are only really making money in HEX with the long-term staking ladder strategy. A lot of people that just get in, they think, HEX is maybe only just to trade and hold for short periods of time for a quick flip. That couldn't be farther from the truth, okay? HEX values long-term holding, long-term thinking, because the only people that really win in cryptocurrencies are long-term holders and founders, and I guess exchanges too, but that's a little bit on the scammy side, obviously. So long-term holders in any good asset that stands the test of time, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like HEX. HEX has been around for 3+ years now, over 3 years, with 100% uptime, flawless operation, never been hacked, whereas everything else is crashing all around us. All these centralized middlemen, FTX, Celsius, Luna, Voyager, Three Arrows Capital, the list goes on and on. There's just too much to name. HEX is the shining city on the hill, whereas everything else is crashing and burning, even the traditional banking system. So if you're brand new to HEX and you're not aware about the benefits of staking HEX, well, here are just two little, let's call them life hacks, okay? Or just two little cheat codes that when you are a HEX staker, you have access to these additional coins to play in these additional ecosystems and just make even more money, in addition to the crazy APY that you're already making on longer term HEX stakes. And personally, I like to make stakes at least a minimum of 1 year, probably more, not only because of long-term capital gains tax, which takes effect after the 1 year mark, but simply because, guys, we've still got quite a while of time before the actual bull market starts pumping again, okay? This nice little pump from 3 cents to 10 cents has been epic. Don't get me wrong. I'm super excited about it. Everybody is thrilled to see HEX surviving and thriving on top of that. But guys, you really haven't seen anything yet compared to what HEX can potentially do. Now, if you guys don't think HEX is worth holding long term, then don't do any of this. If you guys think that 10 cents is the top, or, maybe HEX isn't even going to get much higher than 12 cents and then we're done, and that's all you're here for, if you're here for a short-term gain, a tiny little gain, maybe even a loss, if you're going to try to be smarter than the market, well, then this video is not for you. But if you're going to try to make the life-changing, long-term wealth generation that has been going well for so many people, literally thousands of millionaires in HEX have been created. And none of those guys have been traders, okay? Speaking from personal experience and all the hundreds of people that I've met in real life at conferences, etc. But again, if you don't think HEX is going to be around, if you're not interested in holding HEX and staking it like it was supposed to be done, if you're not interested in getting your free copy of HEX on Pulse Chain, because guess what, guys? If you're staked during the Pulse Chain mainnet launch, you're getting a copy of all those stakes too. You're not just getting a copy of your liquid HEX, you're getting a copy of all your stakes. But if that's not interesting to you, then by all means, don't stake. Hold liquid, dump, do whatever you're going to do. But if you're new to HEX and you're new to staking, I just feel like you should know all of the options available to you and all of the additional coins that you can just earn, other protocols that you can, participate in and have fun with while you're, waiting for that HEX stake to expire. Now, I'm a big fan of app.icosa.pro. And if you have a HEX stake, this website, this application, this decentralized app is going to let you mint a coin called Hedron every single day that you accrue in your HEX stake. Now, it's going to cost a gas fee, okay? Every time you mint Hedron, it's going to cost a gas fee. And I'll explain it's right on the screen right here. App.icosa.pro. It's going to show you all of your HEX stakes, just like go.hex.com does. But if you're not familiar with this website, you need to familiarize yourself with it, because every day that you accrue in a HEX stake, you can go over here, find one of your stakes. Look, here's one of mine. Go over to Actions, and then mint Hedron, okay? And this accrues every single day that you serve in the stake. And a lot of people just forget about this or don't even know about it. I see people ending their HEX stakes all the time that totally forget to mint their Hedron. their Hedron bonus on top of that. And guys, Hedron is no joke. Hedron has been around for over a year now. We've had a lot of buy and sell pressure, but imagine, minting your Hedron down here and then riding this pump all the way up and being only a year old and surviving and doing this well in a bear market. Can you imagine if Hedron goes even 10x from here in the next bull market, maybe even 100x? We know that when bull markets come around, guys, coins tend to make new all-time highs, and Hedron is performing very well, and it's been very resilient during the bear market, during the toughest of times during this past year. Look at this price chart. This initial dump can be explained by the initial supply of Hedron being distributed to the early HEX stakers who dumped it immediately, not realizing that there was this Icosa coin that was going to come out and provide the Hedron with even more value. So it's funny, it actually washed out a bunch of the big players. So this chart looks very healthy right now because a lot of the big whales got washed out in this initial giant dip. And the coin went on to survive and almost make new all-time highs, but now it's looking very bullish again. We've got a cup and handle, whatever you want to make out of that. But Hedron is another attractive coin to hold and to stake. You can stake that Hedron to make another coin called Icosa, or you can just look at it like, dividends on your HEX stake. If you want to just dump your Hedron, that's entirely up to you. You can dump it, you can stake it. There's a lot you can do with Hedron, and it's a very complex game that I'm not going to go into. I just want you guys to know that before you end your HEX stake, be aware that you're not forgetting about this free money that you're leaving on the table potentially. I see people do it, and if you've got a HEX stake that's worth $1,000, you might have $100 worth of Hedron that you just totally forgot about. And maybe, who knows, that Hedron could even partially be used to pay for your gas fees for ending your HEX stake. Depending on how big it is, it might just be a nice little dividend for you on top of what you're already getting from the power of HEX, with the long-term APY compounded with the massive price performance that I think it's going to have during the next bull market. Now, I'm pretty confident that HEX is still going to be around, okay? It's been around for 3 years, no admin keys, decentralized, 100% uptime, crazy wild community backing it, Pulse Chain to be the home for HEX in the future going forward, Pulse Chain being right around the corner, documentaries on the way. There's so much bullish potential for HEX to absolutely rip during the next bull market. And I can easily see HEX breaking all-time highs. Its previous all-time highs were 50 cents. And we know that in crypto, when coins survive multiple cycles and break out of their all-time high tops, that's called a blow-off top. That's called a breakout. And this happens with coins that are actually valuable, that have communities behind them, that have long-term value and product market fit, right? HEX is the digital time deposit, right? It's got product market fit, it's replacing stores of value like time deposits, high interest savings accounts, and making them decentralized. Now, I think it'd be conservative to say HEX could rip, do its blow off top to even $2. That would be conservative because from 50 cents to $2, that's only a 4x from all time highs. We've seen coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum and many other coins that do survive the next cycle. Now, not everything survives into multiple cycles, but those coins that do, they tend to rip a lot higher than 4x over their previous all-time highs. And that's what I'm gambling on. That's what I'm expecting. But again, it's just a gamble. You don't have to agree with me. That's what I'm betting on in HEX. I'm betting on a blow-off top and new all-time highs. It could be anywhere from $2. Call me crazy, but it could be as high as $20. And so when you talk about buying HEX at 10 cents, 5 cents, 7 cents, whatever, all I can think about is, what about $1? What about $2? What about $20? It's not going to matter. It's going to seem like peanuts whether you bought it at 8 cents or even 15 cents in the future, meaning 1 to 2 to 3 years. Who knows when the next bull market's going to be? It could be 2024. It could be 2026. I have no idea. But all I do know, or all I am fairly certain of, I can't be 100% certain of everything. But guys, I'm pretty sure HEX is going to rip if and when the next bull market comes back out. So just to recap, guys, don't be leaving your Hedron on the table if you decide to stake HEX. And if you're not already staking HEX, well, this is just one more incentive that you might want to find interesting that might help you make that decision to go from a liquid holder to a staker, okay? And remember, there were 2 options, right? There were 2 additional coins. What's that second one I was talking about? Well, it's communis.app, communis.app. Guys, you can go over to this website right here and go ahead and claim your free Communis as long as you have a HEX stake. Now, you can claim Communis one time when you start the stake, and you can mint 10% of all the Communis for that stake. And then if you hold it to maturity like you're supposed to, you can mint the other 90% of your allocated Communis for that stake at the maturity date. So every stake has a certain amount of Communis that it gets. You can mint 10% at the beginning and 90% at the end. And the reason for this coin is again to encourage good, positive staking behavior, to encourage people to not shake themselves out of their stake, or God forbid, emergency end your stake. Guys, if you're new to HEX, never, ever, ever emergency end your stake without really knowing what you're doing, because you could lose all of your HEX. HEX is like staking with consequences, okay? It's not just any other staking coin. It's a coin where you stake it, but by staking, you're actually committing to the smart contract that you're going to do what you said you were going to do. So if you're a serious staker, which you should be, if you want to actually win in this crypto game, in this HEX game in particular, you're going to want to also know about Communis, because really simply, guys, you go to the website. Here's the website. Okay, you go to the dashboard and you just click this button right here. It could not be more simple than that. And Communis isn't worth very much right now. Well, let's take a look at the chart. See, Communis has only been around for a couple of months, maybe 2 or 3 months at this point. But it's got a lot of potential to grow. I mean, it's essentially been relatively stagnant for the past, January, February, March, 3 months maybe. But it's got a lot of potential. Again, everything rips in the bull run. Yeah, Hedron and Communis, they're probably not going to pump as hard as HEX in the next bull run, but you might as well be minting them now so that you have them for when the prices are going crazy again. I'm making this video now because I know it feels like maybe the bull run is back and maybe some of you guys are getting scared, but all I have to say is that, in my opinion, my feeling is that we haven't seen anything yet. Okay, this is just a small taste of what's possible in HEX and what's possible with the power of the gains in crypto. But again, the price you pay for the mad gains in cryptocurrency is extreme price volatility. So look, guys, HEX could fall from 10 cents all the way back down to 3 cents from here. And then it could go on and make new all-time highs after that. Crypto has a funny way of washing out the maximum number of people and causing the most emotional turmoil in the maximum number of people. Trust me, as a guy that's been in crypto for 8 years, the only thing that works is just to ignore the charts, stake and chill and hold long term, and just don't shake yourself out, because really, you are your own worst enemy at the end of the day. But the reason I like Hedron, the reason I like Communis, is because they help save yourself from yourself. Not only does the staking mechanism in HEX, the staking with consequences, not only does that help, because again, it saves yourself from yourself, it forces you to have diamond hands and to hold through the volatility so you can actually experience the mad gains. But these are just 2 other incentives to hold on top of that. 2 other coins that, hey, maybe if you need a little reward, 1 year into your 2-year stake, maybe sell some of your Hedron. And maybe that'll be a nice little reward at, the halfway point. You can do whatever you want, whatever strategy you want. It does not matter to me. You can go over to app.icosa.pro, go to the Hedron tab over here, and you can stake it all over here and just start earning yield on that in the form of Hedron and this other coin called Icosa. Again, I'm not going to go into the complexities of all these coins. Moral of the story is, guys, if you're new to HEX, and if you're not staking HEX already, or if you are staking HEX and you haven't heard about these 2 coins yet, do not leave free money on the table. Please don't leave free money on the table. Yes, it does cost a gas fee. If you want to claim this, it's going to cost you maybe $3 in gas. If you want to claim Hedron, it's going to cost you maybe, let's see. Yeah, $3.89 in gas. But if you're staking larger amounts, and I hope you're staking more than, $10 or $20, really, I'd hope you're probably staking in the hundreds of dollars ideally. This is going to be worth it for a lot of you guys. With mintable Hedron and mintable Communis, that's worth more than the gas fee. And guess what? Even if your coins aren't worth more than the gas fee right now, let's say it cost me $4 to mint $5 of Hedron, right? That's not that crazy right now. But what if Hedron does 100x in the bull market? Well, then I just got $500 for free by clicking a button today and setting it and forgetting it for a while. Does that make sense? I'm just trying to give you the most opportunity, the most bang for your buck, and see everybody make the most money in the next bull market, because this pump has got me excited. It's got everybody excited. But we need to plan accordingly for the next bull market, and you need to be aware of all the tools in your arsenal going forward. So guys, app.icosa.pro and getcomcoin.com. That's getcomcoin.com. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, smash the like, leave a comment, share the video. All that stuff helps HEX go viral. And really, HEX is only going to pump as hard as the number of people that we can onboard and the number of people that know about this. So share this video, comment. It's all good for the algorithm. It helps you to help me, to help all of us to pump our own bags and to enjoy these mad gains that I can feel that we're so close to getting. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.